You damn right I'm live, and you damn right I'm pissed. What the hell was that tonight? Welcome into the bullpen, everybody, brought to you by Bet Rivers. We got a lot to get to today, and it starts with the biggest story of the Cavs losing 107-97 to the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. By the way, Bet Rivers getting a lot of love in Detroit. Billboards all over the place. I like that. I didn't like anything else I saw. Well, I shouldn't say that, because we said that I said earlier today we need Stella to get her groove back. Stella's Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan played great for the most part. We needed to cut down the turnovers, and overall they did. It should have been a win for the Cavaliers, but no. The Cavaliers traded for James Harden. And I apologize to all of you. Well, I can't apologize to all of you because we all convinced ourselves that James Harden, the biggest fraud in the history of the NBA, the most fraudulent player in the history of the NBA, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, was at Wrigley Field today. I was watching some of that game today. And at 87 years old, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, was still sharp as a tack. I would rather have had him on the court at 87 years old than that bum-ass James Harden. He is the biggest fraud in the history of the NBA. There's never been a better regular season player in my years of watching basketball. Right? In the last 50 years, 45 years, there's never been a bigger fraud. This guy, and I convinced myself that somehow he was going to play with Donovan Mitchell and then become what he is in the regular season, a great player, and not be an absolute shit bum in the playoffs. But I was wrong. I couldn't be more wrong. He is absolute trash. And so is Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson is an effing bum. I'm calling him Kenneth from now on, because anybody with the name Ken, if you're nerdy, you go with Kenneth. If you meet a guy named Kenneth, you know he's a big nerd, because it's like shape up, man. Call yourself Ken. Call yourself Kenny. Those are cool names. Kenneth is a dork, all right? And so Kenneth is his new name, because his ass is getting canned after this series is over, because they're not winning this series. And I know that you go home and things are different. Cavs are 4-0 at home in the postseason, and they'll probably win a game. Maybe they'll even win 2 at home. Who knows? You never know. But they're not winning this series because they're not going to win in Detroit, and they'll probably lose 1 game. And I was stupid for picking them, and I was stupid for thinking that James Harden could turn it around, that finally, however the hell old he is, 35, 36, he'll be 37 this summer, that the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to turn James Harden around. He is an absolute bum. And the reason Kenneth is a bum is because Donovan Mitchell finally playing like a superstar. He hadn't been playing like a superstar. Tonight he was. He's hot as hell in the fourth quarter, and Kenny takes him out. Now, I saw something from Lima on Twitter. Maybe he's hurt because there was one play where Donovan didn't seem to be running very hard back on defense after a turnover. But whatever. As far as I know, he's healthy, so I got to play him the whole fourth quarter. Okay? The Cavs were playing great. He was playing great. They pulled him out, and that was it. The lead went away. The Pistons went right back in front. They increased the lead. And by the time he came back in, he was out of rhythm. And he made a couple of plays at the end of the game, some crazy plays, but it wasn't enough. And then the final, listen, the Cavs were going to lose when the Pistons had the shot clock violation, and the Cavs got the ball back down 6. I can't remember how much time was left in the game. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I don't remember. I want to say there was 45 seconds left. There was, come on, why is this thing working so effing slow? Jeez. Come on, ESPN website. Work faster. Okay, here we go. So they got the ball back. Substitution, no. Timeout. Make second free throw. Where was this? Evan Mobley. Oh, here we go. So the Cavs got it back with 52 and a half seconds left. So the game was not over. Yeah, they were almost definitive. The Pistons were 90% going to win the game. But you still had a chance with 52 and a half seconds left. And James Harden, for some reason, is bringing the ball up the court. Dribble. Nothing to the basket. No confidence in the shot. Now they're moving it around. He gets it back, and he falls on his fat ass. And I got a fat ass, so I can say it. He falls down. He loses the ball. Game over. He is an absolute bum. And nothing he's going to do. I guess if he scored 50 points, it was just magnificent the rest of the way. But we know that's not going to happen. 10 points. He made 3 field goals. He has more turnovers in this series than he has field goals. Think about that. 11 turnovers, 9 field goals for James Harden. He's 9 for 28 from the field. That's about 30%. 9 for 28. He is 1 for 11 from 3. Going back to Game 6 at Toronto, he is 3 for 20, shooting 15% from 3. From the field, last 4 games, 8 of 23, 14 of 38, 17 of 51, 33% from the field. From the field. Last 4 games, as the Cavs have lost 3 of 4, 15% from 3. And in those 4 games, 17 turnovers. And in these 2 games, 11 turnovers, 9 field goals, 14 assists. 14 assists are, I'm sorry, not 14 assists. 14 rebounds. 10 assists. So he has 11 turnovers, 10 assists, and 9 field goals. He is a bum. He does not belong in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what kind of regular season stats he puts up. Who gives a rat's ass about the regular season? He stinks. It feels like he wants to lose. Is he even trying? He's terrible on defense. He falls down. He had these terrible turnovers all the time. Just absolute trash. 43 turnovers now in 9 playoff games. That's almost 5 a game. He's averaging 5.5 a game in this series. He stinks. Now, he's not the only one. I told you, Kenneth, completely outcoached in the first round by a Toronto team that had no business winning more than 1 game. Completely outcoached in the second round. JB is doing a way better job with arguably less talent. But I'll tell you, Cade Cunningham is such a stud. And I know everybody knows that, but I'm just, it's the first time I've really been able to, that I've ever really watched him like this. And he is incredible. He makes, I'll tell you, I'm not a huge fan of the broadcast team, although I thought they were better tonight than the first time we heard them. Even though they're a little cheesy, I can't take the bottoms and the lay. But they had a great point. What's his name? Barry. Brent? Bravo? Brecksville? I don't know what the hell his name is. I think it's Brent Barry. First of all, why does Brent Barry, whenever he talks, sounds like he's 80 years old? I don't understand what's happening there. But he did make a great point about, and I can't remember the exact words he used, but something like, He eats like as much as he needs to without taking food off anybody else's plate. It's a perfect way to describe it. Even when he doesn't shoot well, it's like he doesn't negatively affect the team at all. 25 points, 3 boards, 10 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. He had 5 turnovers, but you live with it because he had 25 points and 10 assists. A steal, 2 blocks. He played well on defense. Tobias Harris was really good, too. Like, their 2 best players played great. Duncan Robinson's been fantastic in this series. The Pistons made 50% of their threes. The Cavs made 22% and none in the fourth quarter. Strus was terrible tonight off the bench. Schroeder didn't do much. Tyson, he was okay. The only guys that played good tonight were Donovan, and I thought Jarrett Allen played a heck of a game. 2 of the last 3 games, he's been great. 22 on 7 of 9 shooting, 7 boards, 3 assists, only 1 turnover, a steal, a block, 3 offensive rebounds. Great. Dean Wade is, whatever. He was. Evan Mobley, I can't give him a total pass because I'm killing James. Evan Mobley, what are you doing? Evan Mobley's been out to lunch in this series. I mean, he's just such a nothing sometimes. He's got 23 points in the 2 games. He's not shooting the ball enough. He got 1 rebound. What? Did he really have 1 rebound in this game? Holy shit. He had 1 rebound. The guy is 7 feet tall. He had 1 rebound. Holy cow, is he soft when it matters. He got that 1 rebound right at the beginning. I think it was right either the beginning of the second half or the beginning of the third quarter. I remember him getting that 1 rebound. I remember them saying, in fact, that he didn't have any rebounds in the first half, but I didn't pay attention to the number the rest of the game until I just saw it now, and it blows my mind. The guy is 7 feet tall. I'm 5'7.5". I think I could get 1 rebound playing 36 minutes. Couldn't I? Maybe not. But I'd still only be 1 behind Evan Mobley. 1 rebound! Are you fucking kidding me? Nobody showed up besides Donovan and Jarrett, and that was it. Dean Wade, I'll give him a meh. I'll give Tyson a meh. I'll give Schroeder a meh. And Keon Ellis gets an incomplete. Strus stunk, but he's not a superstar, so I don't kill him. Mobley, terrible. James Harden, fucking bum. And I'm sorry if your kids are listening and I'm cursing too much, but I just get so worked up, and this is how we do it. When we're talking with our friends, don't we curse? We curse all the time. That's keeping it real. This was disgusting. And the Pistons are, it was a fun game for a lot of the night, especially when it was close. The Pistons, man, that's it. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. They'll probably lose to the Knicks in the next round. I don't know. Even if they get to the finals, they'll probably get boat raced. I don't want to tell you they were some great team or whatever. But, man, they got a lot of guys that are fun to watch. I mean, Duncan Robinson with his awful mustache. He looks like somebody shat on his lip, but the guy makes shots. I mean, he's been great. He's been great in the 2 games. He's 10 of 17 from 3. 10 of 7. Have the Cavs even made 10 threes in the series, in the 2 games? Duncan Robinson's 10 of 17 from 3. 36 points. Who had that? Who had Duncan Robinson outdoing James Harden? Maybe I should have known it. Duran, the guy scored 19 points a game in the regular season. He can't score to save his life in the playoffs, but he gets 10 rebounds. He intimidates defensively. Thompson's all over the place. The guy's an animal. Some stupid fouls, but he makes plays. Tobias Harris is a good Robin, 21-7, makes tough shots, 2 or 3 from 3. And they get contributions from the bench. Jenkins had 14 points in 26 minutes. LeVert, our old buddy, 8 points in 13 minutes. He makes some shots. Ronald Holland II, who I never heard of in my life before this series. Ronald Holland had 2 rebounds in about 10 seconds of play, and Evan fucking Mobley had 1. One rebound. 1. A man, Dennis Jenkins from St. John's. Good for him. I mean, he's a Johnny. He's 6'4". He had 6 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall. He played 10 more minutes than Jenkins and had 1 rebound. This is why the Cavs are going to go home. Because their supposed second superstar, James Harden's a bum, and Evan Mobley is, sometimes he gives you greatness, but it's way too inconsistent and not often enough. James Harden has not scored more. 28 was his biggest game. That was in game 2 against Toronto. In the last, since that game, he scored 50 points in the first 2 games against Toronto. Since then, as the Cavs have lost 5 of 7, 18, 19, 23, 16, 18, 22, and 10. And even his 22 in game 1 was such bullshit. He did score late, but he shot terribly. I mean, he's been so awful. He's been so awful. You can't play worse per minute on both ends of the floor than James Harden has played. He is absolute garbage. And by the way, like, you see the numbers on the screen right there. 19.6 points, 42% field goal, 5.7 rebounds. Outside of the turnovers, it doesn't look that bad. But I think we all understand that he's been garbage, especially in the last 4 games. And the Cavs can't win. We already know they can't win with just one guy doing it. And it wasn't just one guy, because Jarrett Allen's played great in 2 of the last 3 games. And I don't know what the answer is, because Harden stinks. Mobley is what he is. He's a good player, but he's never going to be consistent. Donovan may want to leave. I don't know. You got to deal with the Knicks. You got to deal with the Celtics. They'll have a healthy Jason Tatum next year. Indiana probably be a lot better next year. Orlando's improving. Toronto's improving. They got young team, young coach. Detroit, I mean, Kate Cunningham is so good and so impactful. I'm just fed up. And, unfortunately, I'm not going to be on after game 3, win or lose. I got to fly out of town for about 24 hours this weekend, some personal stuff going on. So I won't be on after game 3. But I'm going to have Fedor on the podcast tomorrow. Chris is going to be on with me, and I'll get his thoughts, because I'm disgusted. Maybe he's not. Maybe he'll cheer me up and give me hope that they can come back. He'll be on the podcast tomorrow. Also have an Ultimate Cleveland Guardian show live at 8:30 tomorrow, and I'll be on UCSS tomorrow. But then I'll be off Saturday and Sunday. I'll be back on Monday after the Game 4 Cavs Pistons. But again, programming note, I won't be on after Game 3, just for personal reasons. Everything's okay, but I'll be back on after game 4. But anyway, too many messages in the chat. Don't tell me, Thomas, we need DG. DG's had his opportunities. The guy can't stay on the fucking field or the court. UCSS tomorrow is me, G. Bush, and Mikey McNuggets. So, anyway, huge disappointment. Cavs lose. You see the final there. 107-97. They're down 0-2. Game 3 Saturday afternoon. I'll be watching from the road. I'm going to Florida where it's going to be 90 degrees, which kind of sounds good in theory, but it's almost like too hot. I guess I can't complain. I complain about the cold weather all the time. Hopefully the Cavs can get back on track. 3 o'clock game. And then, like I said, I'll be back on after Monday's game. Pistons at the Cavs in Game 4. It's an 8 p.m. start, and hopefully there'll be a Wednesday game next week. We shall see. By the way, the Lakers are trailing the Thunder 27-16 late in the first quarter. Not good there. Not that anybody expected much. LeBron's got 4 points early in that one. Thanks to Levi and Max for producing. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening. You see the Cavs somehow the favorite in this game. I don't know. I mean, I know it's at home. It's different. They're 4-0 at home. It wouldn't surprise me if they win. I'm just feeling really negative and down right now. But Jason asks, how many hits will my son have tomorrow? I don't know, man. He's under the weather. He's missed 3 days of school. I don't know if he's going back to school tomorrow. I might have to scratch him. I mean, he wants to play tomorrow no matter what, but I might have to scratch him. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got him penciled in the 3-hole right now. I like the lineup. I like the feel. We'll see how he does. I'll let you know. I'll tell you folks on Monday how he did in the first game of the year. Kenneth stinks. Harden's a bum who does not belong in the Hall of Fame. And Evan Mobley disappoints every time you start to believe. I love you all. Try to stay positive. I'll see you on the Ultimate Cleveland Guardian show tomorrow. I'll see you on UCSS tomorrow. I'll see you here on the podcast with Chris Fedor. And then I'll see you again on Monday. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here